So after all this talk about feminism and feminist theory, one of the questions that many of my students have is, well, am I a feminist? What makes a person a feminist? There isn't really one definition of the term feminist, but realistically, at its core, feminism is about standing up for gender equality. And if we believe in equality for women, then we also believe in equality for men. Oftentimes, the definition of feminism is also tied to some sort of political action. In other words, you believe in equality and you actually work in society to help encourage that equality to form. I don't go as far as that. I believe that you don't have to pursue political action, but that your personal actions in your life can help contribute to whether or not you view yourself as a feminist. So, feminism is about social and economic independence. Can I, as a woman, make sure that I can support myself and that the opportunities that society presents are going to allow me to do so? Feminism is about job equity, not just in pay, but also in position. Can I, as a woman, be sure that when I finish my degree and when I get that job, I'm going to be afforded the same opportunities in that job as would my male counterpart? Feminism is about same sexual standards. This means that we should not treat women differently than we treat men with regard to sexual behavior. Feminism is about resistance to unrealistic body standards, and I don't have to talk about that one anymore. We all know what that means. Feminism also encourages equality in marriage and partnership rights, not only for opposite sex, but also for same-sex relationships. Feminism encourages equal opportunity in education and sports, and has been the foundation for many of our laws and legislation that allow young girls to participate in sports through education. Feminism is about legal and safe access to birth control. Feminists generally agree that women should determine what is best in their own personal situations for their own bodies. And in the end, feminism is about equal treatment. Alright, so now you're probably asking, why should you care? Well, recall that we talked about Patricia Hill Collins' concept of the matrix of domination, where all of these different factors multiply the experience of race in society. In America today, we are talking primarily about the experiences of non-white minorities, and we can use Patricia Hill Collins' concept of the matrix of domination to try also to understand the experience of being women in contemporary society. Does being a woman contribute to our experiences being somewhat invalidated by the structure of a patriarchal society? And a feminist would say, yes. So back in my day, my first earliest recollections of my experience as a female being different than my male counterparts came probably in early junior high school when I was at home one day and saw a commercial on TV. This was a commercial for Anjali perfume. Take a look.
I can put the wash on the line, see the kids get dressed, pass out the kisses, and get to work by 5 and 9. 'Cause I'm a woman, Anjali.
Charles of the Ritz creates Anjali, the new 8-hour perfume for the 24-hour woman.
I can bring home the bacon, Anjali, fry it up in a pan, and never, never, never let you forget your romance. 'Cause I'm a woman, Anjali.
So this commercial stuck in my head. I didn't quite get the importance of it until I was a little bit older, but as I got older and I started to move into the workplace, particularly because the careers I've picked have been non-traditional, so I worked in law enforcement for my first career, and after that I was a diesel mechanic in the military. And I experienced a lot of sexism in the positions that I've held, and it made me think about my experiences, my standpoints, in contrast to the structure. Was I going to be able to overcome the issues related to being a woman in society? Of course, I look back on that now and I say, well, I've come a long way, but I've had to make some sacrifices. And the sacrifices that I've had to make, I'm not sure that men would have to make those same types of sacrifices. I decided very early on in my life not to have children because I knew to do so would probably interfere with my ability to get an education and have the career that I wanted to have. And certainly not having children allowed me to pursue a military career for several years. And so I learned that being a woman was a difficult place, a difficult standpoint to be in contemporary American society, where the second wave of feminists asserted to us, you can do it all, just like the commercial that I just showed you. I will assert to you that that's an awful lot for us to put on our plates. But I've also had to make sacrifices, and it certainly has taken me longer to get to where I wanted to go than perhaps it would have had I been a male. So, we come back to that basic question. Are you a feminist? And I would tell you that there is one easy way to figure this out. If you're male or if you're female, it doesn't matter. But should you choose to become a parent and you have a female child, a daughter, wouldn't you want her to have the same opportunities and experiences in society as you would your son? And if you answer yes to that question, then I would say to you, you are a feminist.